Hello all, welcome to VJ SAP. In this video, we are going to talk about SAP Application Servers. In SAP, you can have a multiple application servers or single application servers. Whenever you install any SAP system, initially you will be installing ASCS, Central Services, if it is a map system. Then you will be installing DB instance, and then it will be a application servers. So, application server, SAP application server, first, whatever you are installing, that you will be installing with the option called PAS, Primary Application Server. Second one, you called as a additional application servers. How my SAP will work if I have a additional application servers. Primary application servers and additional application servers. We are talking about two SAP applications, but it's a single SID. How, what is the relation between primary application servers and what are the processes we have inside that? So everything we can learn. So first thing is you have a computer 1 and computer 2. Computer 1, which is your server 1 and server 2. Whenever you are installing SAP system, mandatorily you have to give SID. What is SID here? System identity. So people are having a names. By calling their names, we are identifying them and we are seeing them. So like that in SAP also, every SAP system, it has its own name. And remember one thing, in one single host or computer or server, only one SAP SID you can use. What I mean to say here, only SID name you can use it. Let's say if I want to install my SAP called ABC, and if I want to install separate system like XYZ, then I can do that on the same computer. On the same computer, if I want to install ABC as one single SAP system and same name ABC as a different SAP system, it is not possible on the same computer. So one computer, you can have multiple SAP systems, not repeated names or not repeated SIDs. If you have a repeated SIDs, that means you will be having a two different instances. So in next videos, I will be talking about instances and all. Now, in computer one, you are installing SAP system. Since you are going to install this computer one as primarily, we call it as a primary application server. Computer 2, what you're going to do is you will be installing SAP system on computer 2 as additional application server. So here we have two different SAP systems and two different computers. That's what people thinks. But what we are doing here is we are not installing a two different SAP systems. What we are doing here is we are creating or we are building only one SAP system with two servers, which means one single SAP system is running on two different SAP servers. Okay, so what are the restrictions we have here? So if I install my SAP system as we learn in previous videos, you will get one message server, one NQ server, one dispatcher, one dialog work process, background work process, update to work process, pool, gateway, ICM, everything. Now, at the same time, if I install on computer 2, will I get the same? Like one message server, one NQ server, one dispatcher. So, if we see two different message server, that means you are having a two different SAP systems. If you see one single message server, that means you are seeing only single SAP system. So what I mean to say here is, if you have two message server which is running on single computer, one is running on one computer, another one is running on another computer. So if you see two different message server running on, that means two different SAP systems. But even though my SIDs are same, ABC, so computer 1 is also having a ABC letter, computer 2 also having a ABC letter. So that means I have a two different SAP systems here. But I don't want to run a two different SAP systems, but I want to run a single SID. ABC, when I see my application on computer 1, it should show ABC. When I see same thing on computer 2, it should show ABC. But even though you install two different SAP system, it will show ABC. But two different SAP system, you will be having a two message server. One single SAP system, you will be having a one message server. So the fundamentally what we have to understand here is, one SAP can have only one message server. Wherever you see two different SAP systems or two different messages, that means it's a two different SAP systems. So one message server and two SAP applications, which means when you are installing your additional application server, you are connecting your application server to your message server or to your computer 1. So computer 1 and computer 2 are a connected one. So which means the service, whatever services are running on computer 1, what are the services running on computer 2, both services will be accessed by your message server. So message server will route your request from the users to maybe a computer 1 or maybe a computer 2. So one fundamental thing is, we have to remember, one computer can have one message server. One SAP system can have only one message server, should have only one message server. One SAP can have one message server. Okay, so when you install additional application server, you have a dispatcher and you will be getting a web work processes. You will be getting a dispatcher and you will be getting a work processes, which means a dial-over process, background process, update 1, update 2, spool, gateway, ICM. So based on the computer, like based on the request what you are getting from the user, your message server will be routing your request to available work processes. So one message server should be existing for one single system, and one computer can have a one message server, right? Which means computer 1 will be having a message server 1, computer 2 is not having a message server. So wherever I have a computer 1, that's my CI, which is central instance. So remember earlier what happened, your message server, your NK server, all the processes are running on the single host that we used to call as a central instances. Now people are calling primary application server and secondary application server. So like this, you can have multiple application servers, computer 1, computer 2, computer 3, computer 4. Like you can have server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4, so on and so forth. But irrespective of how many application servers I have additionally, my message server will be only one. So that means one single SAP can have only one message server, and one SAP server can have only one NQ processors. But we do have another option for the backup of this NQ server, we called as a NQ replication server. We'll see that one. I hope you can understand this video. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell button. Thank you.